Love is Blind season 3. Now, this triangle, this love triangle that we got going on right here, I'm all for it. I love a bit of entertainment, but I feel like Joseph's in a tough spot. He's in a tough spot because they're both giving him different energies. Fran is a bit more like, she's a bit more tame, you know. She's a bit more like, doesn't seem as wild. Chev's giving that bit more wild energy, you know, a bit more of a firecracker. They're both very good looking. Obviously, he can't see them, but they're both good looking women. And I always think it's a bit of an interesting dynamic because it's different when the woman has 2 options versus when the man has 2 options. And that's someone who's been through the process. Obviously, there's some parts of this that we unfortunately don't get to see, because I can guarantee you someone like Joseph probably had more than just 2 options. And I'm sure Chevanique had more than 2 options. And I'm sure Fran probably had more than 2 options, but you guys will never know that. I feel like he's heavily leaning towards Fran, but he doesn't want to let that Chevanique connection like just disappear. I think he wants to just see if he can explore it all the way, which, as someone who's obviously done the process, I personally feel like that's a fair way to go about it, because you only have a short amount of time to really date everyone, and you know, you want to be 100% sure. And actually, sometimes by allowing the process to go even further, it actually makes you feel stronger about the person that, you know, you actually were sure about at the start, because you almost need someone else to kind of reveal themselves as to why they're not your number one as well. So maybe that's something that he's trying to let play out. But I think Joseph and Fran got a really nice connection going. Joseph's a cool character, good looking guy. He's very good looking, you know. And I think that they have something that I feel like maybe is a bit stronger for like a long-term relationship, whereas him and Chev seem more like playful vibes. It's more fun. Obviously, we don't know everything. And I think that's why people get effed up, because there's probably more to their dating scenes that we just haven't seen yet. Overall, if I'm going to place a bet, I reckon he's going to pick Fran. He's going to let Chev down gently. That's my belief.